Hello, Motivators family. This is Marlene Motivates, your life coach, and today we're going to be talking about stop responding and react. Make sure to hit the like and to subscribe.
Got a spark inside, a passion so true. Molly motivates is the right move for you. Her purpose is clear, her heart's a guiding light to help you reach higher ground, so everything is bright. It's encouragement, support from her soul to yours for the wellness of mind, body, and spirit, so you can open new doors through pop-up lives and motivational books too. Regular videos, Marlene is always there for you. Feeling down, feeling lost, need a helping hand. Marlene is here to inspire across the digital land. Sharing her journey, her wisdom, her grace, helping you find your own pace and true place. It's encouragement, support from her soul to yours for the wellness of mind, body, and spirit, so you can open new doors through pop-up lives and all our peace and over too. Regular videos, Marlene is always there for you. Be encouraged, let your spirit ignite. Be inspired, step into your light. Be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and live your best life. Regular video, Marlene is always there for you. Marlene motivates, yeah. Mind, body, spirit, every day.
Hello to my Motivators family. I am Marlene Motivates, your life coach, and welcome to today's podcast conversation. I hope you guys are hearing me well. I might check, let me know how my volume is. So today we're going to be, hey Lara, how are you doing? Good morning. Happy Worry Free Wednesday. That's what we're going to be trying to do. Worry Free Wednesday topics, motivational Mondays every single week. Trying to get back on track with this channel and doing what I used to do way back in the day, starting around 2016. This is what I was doing, and I'm getting back into my original roots, and I hope you guys are going to be enjoying this. Yeah, you hear just fine? Awesome. Thank you so much. So, today, everybody, we're talking about stop responding and start reacting. Now, initially, when you hear that title, you may believe that it's the same thing, but it's not. The way you respond is not the same thing as the way that you react. And I'm going to be talking about three things that we can do to separate ourselves and to be better, improved, the best version of ourselves. Because I have to tell you guys that We cannot control what others do and say, but we can. We can control what we say. That's where our power is. That's where the power lies, is that there's a lot of times where we need to just zip our mouth. We don't have everything that we think, we don't have to articulate. We don't have to speak it out of our mouth. It's you just take a deep breath and stay silent. Now, you guys know I've been saying this for years on this channel. I've been saying it for years. Not everybody can understand and comprehend the magnitude of our response. And when we know that what we're saying is falling on deaf ears, or it will not be reciprocated, or we know that it's going to go nowhere, they're not going to listen to you, they want an argument. Those are the times where our response is to just say nothing at all. And that's going to go into some of those things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how important it is, because most adults don't understand that it is their mouth that gets them in a lot of trouble. Just think about that. So many people, they just, first thing that comes to their mouth, they're screaming, arguing, cussing, going back and forth with people. It really will get you into a lot of trouble in your life if you do not learn how to control your mouth. Not everything that you think about, you should speak about. Yeah, that shows that you're growing. It shows that you are improving. It shows that you're being a better version of yourself. And that is initially why I started this channel, is to grow not only myself, but grow in everybody that I meet, those who I life coach, those who support me here on this space on my social media. I want for us to grow and to learn, to not be stuck into the past or your upbringing, or what the the attitude is for those who are around you. Uh, We're adults. We are not little kids. And we also have to grow in not just our knowledge, but the application. And you all know that I say all the time, Motivators family, that it's about application, not just having a lot of head knowledge. You can know what is right, but do you do it? You can know what's good for you, but do you do it? And the same thing applies with this information today. Many adults, they understand that it's not going to get anywhere, but they got to have the last word. They have to have the last say. They have to tell everybody that they're wrong. And we don't. And you don't. Yes, you have to control how you act. And our first thoughts are not always the best thoughts. And we're going to get into that a little bit, and a little bit talking about some of those things. So, what are some of the reactions that we have, and what does it show about us? See, our reactions is going to show three things about us, and we're going to get into this right now. Our reactions to things show three things about us. And the first thing that it shows is our reactions show how wise we are. Wisdom teaches us when to speak and when to be silent. So, when you can say, for example, if somebody who doesn't know you and they just go by the way you react, would they call you a wise person based on your actions? Or would they say you got some work to do? So, by our reactions as adults, we show our wisdom. And wisdom is not because you got older. That has nothing to do with wisdom. Wisdom is proven by your reaction, by the way you treat other people, by the way you treat yourself. And as adults, we have to understand this part. We are showing our wisdom by the way we speak. And we show our wisdom by knowing the right moments, the right times for us to speak. Because there's a lot of time we just need to be quiet. And it does show our wisdom, okay? And I have to tell you guys this. A lot of times we want to respond. We have a lot to say. We'll be in our emotions, and we'll be like, people will try to stress you out. They'll get on your nerves. They'll do things, and it triggers you. But this course of wisdom, see, today is Worry Free Wednesday. We want to work on not allowing other people to control us and to have power over us. Yes, our reactions prove that we are wise women or we are wise men. And it also shows where we are at spiritually. Are we growing? Are we healing? Are we taking care of ourselves? Are we doing everything that we need to do? So we want our reactions to prove to ourselves that we're wise. We're not reacting the same way that we did when we were a teenager or even a year ago, 5 years ago. As we get older, we also need to be making application of our knowledge, because so many people, they have that head knowledge. They have a lot of book knowledge. They have degrees. They have this, they know a lot of things, but when it comes to day to day living, making application in their day to day life, they have lots of anger issues. They have a lot of being very bossy and being possessive, or they feel they have to always be right. They have to have the last word. That's not good, motivators family. We have to grow in that way, in that aspect. We have to keep growing and learning. Good morning, Miss Eunice. How are you doing? All is well here. I hope all is well with you. And happy Worry Free Wednesday. So, that is one of the things that, I wanted to say to every single one of you is that our reactions show how wise we are. When somebody would talk about you, insert your name, when they would say Eunice or Lara or Marlene or whatever your name is, would people align your name with wisdom, that they're wise? Or would they say, they're a very angry person, they're they're immature? What does your name align with? Is it really who you are? Are you proving who you are? Are you proving your wisdom? Or are you proving your shoe size? And that is something that I had to pull back, because many of us, we don't want to be put out there and to say we need some improvement. This channel is about some self improvement. We all have work to do. And for me, I had to learn how to be more patient. I had to learn the course of wisdom is to just be quiet. But the course of wisdom is asking questions. The course of wisdom is doing our personal best. And my best does not have to be another person's best. And that's okay. It's not about a competition. It's not. It's not about being in competition with other people. It's about us knowing better. It's about us growing. It's about our elevation, our empowerment. And I want to say to all of you, Motivators family, we're empowered because we're not who we used to be. We're not those little kids. We're not those that we don't know our worth. We do. We know we're worthy. We know we have intelligence. We know that we have strength. We know we're courageous. We know that we're victorious. We know that we're not alone. And with that knowledge, we need to be acting like we know who we are. And that's easier said than done. It's easy to say, it's easy to say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's easy. It's easy for us to, we go through life and you're going to go through situations. And yes, it can tarnish us, it can taint us, it can turn us, when you get victimized, you can keep that victim mentality of always feeling like I need attention. I have to have the last word. I'm always right. And we're not. We're not always right. We don't always know the situation. We need to learn to be compassionate to others and not just ourselves. That's the course of wisdom. Wise people, they meditate so as to respond. Hold on to the message on this Worry Free Wednesday. They meditate so as to answer. So, what does that even mean? Meditation means before you open up your mouth and speak and respond and communicate, are your words seasoned with salt? Are they pleasant? Are they encouraging? So while we have the right to say things, is it empowering others? Is it helping others? Does it make other people feel good? Does it bring joy to other people? Or are you a source of irritation? Are you hard to deal with? Are you a person that people don't want to be around because you always stick your foot in your mouth and then you later apologize? See, that is something that I'm striving to improve in that category, to make sure my words empower others and upbuild and encourage. And just because I want to say something, it doesn't mean that I should. So it means that when someone gets on my nerves, my first thing to do is to take a deep breath. And even I'll be whisper to myself, they're getting on my nerves, but I'm just going to walk away. Or I could say something, but I won't. There's a lot of things that we can say. It's a lot of things that we can say, but it doesn't mean that we should. Yeah. All of that part right there. Just because you can say it, should we? Mm. Miss Eunice says, absolutely. Sometimes it's better not to say anything at all. Hmm. But how do we troubleshoot that? Because when we feel justifiably, offended, someone said something to us, or when whatever we feel we need to say this. Something that I had to learn recently was, if it's not going to be taken and absorbed, it's like if things just stay on the surface, if a person is not open, they're closed-minded, they're easily offended, they don't care about us, they don't like us. Why are we wasting our time, our thoughts, our wisdom, our energy, our power, our light, all of it? And that's how we have to look at situations. Sometimes everybody cannot absorb what we're trying to say, and you have to pull back. You have to pull back. You have to pull back from them because they're not ready to receive it. Just because we are in the space of perpetually elevating and growing and learning, and we're plugged into enlightenment and personal growth and development, that does not mean that other people are striving or seeking to grow. Some don't want to grow. They don't want to grow. They don't want to learn. They don't want to hear what you have to say. So when you know that, it's best to just whatever. Just don't say anything. Just be quiet. Just stay silent. Yes, Lara. Lara says, Amen. hmm And Miss Eunice says, if I'm upset, I know that it is not the time to speak. So I take a deep breath, pray, meditate, then decide if I'm going to say anything at all and what I'm going to say. See, that's what I'm talking about, Miss Eunice. That's the course of wisdom, for us to just pause. And pausing keeps us out of a lot of trouble, because initially when someone does or says something to us, that initial reaction, well, I'll slap them, I'll choke them, I'll cuss them out, I'll do this. It could be the reason for us living or not living, because our words that we say slick out of our mouth, someone could just come and unalive us. Saying whatever we wanted to say can cause you to lose your job. It can cause emotional trauma to other people. And even if you go back and try to do some damage control by apologizing, I'm sorry what I said, I was angry, it still does not fix. It doesn't fix it. It's too late. You've offended, you've hurt, you've backstabbed, and people may say, okay, I accept your apology, but it may mean that they don't trust you anymore, you know? Yes, Miss Eunice, you can't unring a bell. You can't undo the damage that you've done. When you say things, people will always have that in their mind, what you said. hmm Yeah, it's so true. So that's something just for us to think about. Think about the words that you say. Think about how it's going to make other people feel. Okay. Point number two, we have 3 points today that we're focusing on: stop responding and react. Number two, our reactions show if we have self esteem. So there are a lot of people who are walking around. It may be your children, it may be your spouse, it may be your friends, it may be coworkers, it may be people on social media. Some people, their reaction is based on having very little to no self esteem. So when they show up in your space, it's going to be filled of projections, filled with negativity, filled with their projections and their negativity, full of assumptions, full of all kinds of things that may not be in alignment. None of it may be true, but that is the reaction that they give, because they do not have any self esteem. They haven't done any work on themselves. They're still operating on the version of themselves, the past version of themselves, and not the present version of themselves. So our reaction shows that we have self esteem. Your reaction shows that you have self esteem. It shows that you love yourself. It shows that you know yourself. And it shows who you are. And that is something, it took me a long time to get to this healed space and this vibration, that when you know who you are, you don't have to convince others. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sad but true. Yes. When you know who you are, you don't have to convince others. Now, until you're in that wisdom space that I was talking about before, your reaction to things is going to be, you're going to be calm. You're going to show, your worth. And yeah, I'm not going to be arguing with people. I no longer do that. I don't argue with people. I don't try to convince people of my thoughts and my opinions. I allow people to be who they are. And if they want to be angry, if they want to shout, if they want to project their fears and their insecurities, then that's up to them. But it shows where we are vibrating. Are we vibrating high on the spectrum, or are we in that low vibration space? Yeah, we show what we think about ourselves by the way we react. It shows whether we have self esteem, or are we being needy? Are we being attention seeking? Are we being jealous? Are we feeling that they're a certain way and we don't even know them? A lot of times, especially on social media, we feel that we know people. You don't know other people's situation. You don't know what they're dealing with. And the same thing for you all, motivators family. Nobody can know what you're going through, but the only way people make assumptions of where you are in your life is your reaction. So it shows that we need to put some thought. We need to meditate. We need to pause, ponder before we do that reaction. Okay? Ponder, think. Is this Is this worth my time? Is this worth my energy? Are they worth my energy? Do they even know me? Will this matter to me in the next 5 years? Most of the time, the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. The things that you're so consumed with today will not be what you will be consumed with in the next 5 years. And that thought right there has helped me so much in my life. Is this person going to even be in my life in 5 years? Why why is what they are saying affecting me so much? You know, we have to know who we are. Don't let other people take you down, take you backwards, make you feel that you're less than. Remember, you don't have to convince people of who you are, of your talents, of your gifts, of all of. You don't have to convince anybody. Our reactions show I love myself. My reaction shows that I'm strong. My reaction shows that I don't have to have you in my life. My reaction is based on wisdom. My reaction is based on positive vibes. And if it's not going to be restorative, if it's not going to be healing, if I'm not going to feel calm and good afterwards, if I'm going to be angry and yelling and shaking, my blood pressure is through the roof, you have to think, why am I doing this to myself? It's not worth it. And there's so much people who are just not worth it. Okay? They're just not worth it. They're just not worth it. Exactly, Miss Eunice. So here we are, everybody, on this third point. We're on the third point. Our reaction shows how healed or unhealed we are. Now, before you guys come out of a bag on me and say, oh, I'm not unhealed, calm down, calm down. Our reactions show how healed, because you can be in the healing space, but how healed you are, it shows in our reactions. See, we have to learn that to stop responding. You don't got to say nothing. You don't have to, no. Don't give people your power. Don't give people your energy. And it shows how healed we are. It shows how mature we are. It shows how wise we are. Okay? And when you're healed, it's certain things I'm just not going to even respond. Some people will send me a crazy message by text or on social media or whatever. I'm not going to even respond to it. I simply delete it and block it. It shows my healing. It shows my where I am in my life. And I'm not doing it to convince people or to say I'm grown, I'm mature. No, it's what I've been through in my life. I've been through some traumatic things. And I know that you all, as well, Motivators family, have been through or maybe even be going through some traumatic things. But we're healing, we're growing, and we don't want to be the unhealed. We don't want to be the one rah, 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 going back and forth, screaming at the top of our lungs, having road rage, being the person that is very hard to deal with, person who always has to have the last word. Nobody wants to be around those individuals. So can we pivot? Can we be a can we be the person who is the one that we are not going to allow them to worry us. We're not going to be the person that they're going to go, I'm going to go back and forth with you. No, don't do it. Okay? Our reactions show our healing. It shows our growth. It shows our maturity. Okay? And I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be your best self. So, this has been a Worry Free Wednesday podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I want to say to all of you to stop responding. You don't have to say nothing, just react. React in peace, react with love, react with wisdom, or just don't even say anything, don't even do anything. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to be around people, you don't have to convince them. But what you have to do is be yourself and keep growing and keep loving yourself and keep showing that you respect yourself. Self respect begets peace. Self love begets wisdom and thinking and having purpose and compassion for yourself and being in alignment with your future self. You think, you pause, you meditate. Okay, I know that if I do X, Y, and Z, I could hurt my feelings. I hurt other people's feelings. I can lose my job. We have to think things through all the way to the end. Miss Eunice says, absolutely. Some people and their negativity is just not worth your time and energy. If it's not going to build me up, it's tearing me down. And I remove that person. You remove that person. And also, you have to remember to not allow other people's projections of their bad attitudes, of their problems, of their situations, because you'll get into that mode of feeling, I got to fix other people. I got to fix my relatives. I fix this, fix. It's not our job to fix and save and rescue other people, because you'll find yourself in that category. I got to help. I got to help. I got to help. And you'll get so lost in helping other people that you don't even help yourself. Your mental health will be in the toilet. Your finances will be in the toilet. Following, trying to help and support other people. I have to tell you, I was lost for almost 12 years in my life, helping and supporting an individual. I thought I was helping them. Well, actually, I was helping them. And for over 12 years, I did nothing in my own life. I had no peace. I had no joy. I didn't accomplish any goals because my life was consumed in helping and supporting everybody else. Putting all my time into a person or persons or a job. And you make all of these sacrifices and you're so miserable. Have any of you motivators family been so miserable A job will make you miserable. The people at the job will make you miserable. People who are your relatives will make you miserable. People on social media can make you miserable, but it's only if you allow it. Allow it. We have to stop allowing other people to take our power. Take your power back and think about how you react. Why am I giving them my time, my energy, my power, my resources, my positivity, my peace? Nothing is worth your peace of mind. Absolutely nothing. Miss Eunice says, absolutely. I stopped putting the cape on for other people and rescued my own self. You know, I always talk about over here, guys, putting on your own oxygen mask. Yeah, do all of that. Put on your oxygen mask and save yourself. So, thank you so much for tuning in and happy Worry Free Wednesday. I hope if this message was helpful and supportive, if you're listening on the replay, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I hope this message will help to empower you. Don't respond, don't say nothing. Keep some things to yourself. Some people aren't worth it. They're not growing, they're not healing, they don't love themselves, they're unhealed, they're dramatic, they are attention seeking. Some people are not mentally stable. You just got to let them be who they are and you just move on with your life. Keep your peace, keep your joy, and keep your inner light. Do not allow other people to dim your light. I am Marlene Motivates, your life coach and motivational speaker. Thank you so much for your support. I hope if you've enjoyed this podcast conversation that you will subscribe to this channel if you're new, turn on your notifications, and if you're a returning motivator, I hope this was empowering and it helped you to go through your Wednesday with ease. It was just a great reminder. Thank you for your support, everybody. And we are going to end with the channel songs. Thank you for your support.
Got a spark inside, a passion so true. Marley motivates, it's the right move for you. The purpose is clear, the heart's a guiding light to help you reach higher ground so everything is bright. Encouragement, support from her soul to yours for the wellness of mind, body and spirit, so you can open new doors through pop-up license. Reaching those rights to regular videos. Marlene is always there for you. Feeling down, feeling lost, need a helping hand. Marlene is here to inspire across the digital land, sharing her journey, her wisdom, her grace, helping you find your own place and true place. It's encouragement, support from her soul to yours for the wellness of mind, body and spirit, so you can open new doors through pop-up license, celebration of price to regular videos. Marlene is always there for you. Encourage, let your spirit ignite. Be inspired, step into your light. Be yourself, you will survive. Just know it in, just breathe it in. Live your best life. Marley motivates, yeah. Mind, body, spirit, every day. Helping you find your own place and true place. Oh.
Thank you guys for your support. And I will see you guys back on the next Marlene Motivates video, live stream, or premiere. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And you know what we say over here? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. I'm Marlene Motivates.